What's going on, everybody? Today we're doing another video about Final Fantasy XIV where we will be looking at the PvP. Specifically, a video about the warrior in the front lines in Shatter. I will be going over my playstyle and the reason I play the way I do and the way I can recommend to you. So strap in and let's have a look. The first thing I want to note is that I actually dismounted here because I saw that I had one baked Pipira left, and I was saving it for a specific occasion like this where I was making a video or a guide. So in Frontlines, you are able to use food and it will help you greatly. The buffs are very important. That additional amount of HP, that additional crit rate, that additional piety, all of that is very useful in Frontlines because it's not synced down. So if you have the ability to use food in front lines, if you have that luxury, make sure you take advantage of that because it'll give you an edge over your opponents. Now I want you to take note of the way I'm playing right now. As a warrior, I'm staying close to my team, but at the same time, I'm not doing exactly what they're doing. I see they're attacking the ice and I see this other team attacking, so my immediate idea is to try and set up some kills. I pop Pushback and I pop Vengeance to go in for a kill and to make sure that I can't be CC'd very well. And I start working on this Bard. He gets CC'd away and I set up that kill for the next person to take. My job as a warrior is not necessarily to get kills. I can get kills and it's very easy to do if possible, like when the occasion arises. But I'm better off setting up kills for my DPS players because if they can get fever, if they can get battle high, they can deal a hell of a lot more damage than I can as a tank. So don't forget that. As a tank, your job, not necessarily to get kills, but to secure them for your team. Notice how I'm playing very far in the front lines. My team is behind me, I'm keeping an eye on how far back they are, and I'm also watching where the enemy team is. I'm trying to lure them out towards me, trying to bait them towards me, trying to set up for easy kills. Notice how I've gotten CC'd here, and so I'm sort of running backwards. I popped Featherfoot to give me a little bit of dodge, and I notice that my team is retreating, and I'm running with them. As a warrior, you don't want to stay left behind. Try to stick with your team. I'm sorry about that, that's my dog. So, this Dark Knight has CC'd me. I see that I've been given eye for an eye. So I'm still trying to stay the front lines even though my team is pushing backwards. If your DPS is getting left behind, just like this ninja, they're going to take a ton of damage. So you want to make sure that you're taking this damage instead of them. CC the best you can. You have Mithril Tempest for this reason. You have Home Gang for this reason. You have Brutal Swing for this reason. You want to be the front lines. They need to get through you in order to get to your healers, to get to your casters, and to get to your ranged DPS. I see this monk is a little bit overextended. I was trying to go for him, but I saw he was turning around, so I decided not to push him. This Dragoon right here has been left behind. He doesn't even have his tanks nearby to save him. So notice how I'm setting up the burst. That's one cleave. And I didn't even get the second cleave because I've used full swing in order to set up the burst. This Dragoon has also been left behind, and he's been hit with Limit Break. This Black Mage is really far extended. So I hope you're getting the idea here that as a tank, you're the front lines. You need to be pushing so your team can push behind you. You're not a melee DPS. You don't need to wait for opportune moments to go in for kills. You can attack whenever you're ready and your team is going to follow you if they're smart, because you set up kills for them. This Bard is an easy kill. Somebody hits a Limit Break on him. Easy kills. This Dragoon is overextended. Notice how their tanks are not pushing, and with me pushing and the other warrior beside me pushing, we're able to topple all of their advances. We're able to keep them running away from us even when we're low on people. As you can see right now, we're fighting against two separate teams and we're still actually winning. And this is purely because their tanks are not pushing against us. This Black Mage is out, left behind. I don't know if he actually dies, but that's not where you want to be as a black mage. So, um, now I can sort of talk about what I was saying when I was setting up burst. As a warrior, you really, really, really want to fell cleave. That's your job. Your job is to fell cleave everything as often as possible. So the way you do that, obviously, is you attack things, you build stacks, and when you're ready to burst on somebody, you pop berserk, you pop internal release, you full swing, you fell cleave, you infuriate, and you fell cleave again. You make sure that if you're going to go in on somebody and try to do damage, you're doing a ton of damage all at once. And you don't want to be predictable either. So the best way you can sort of mitigate your predictability as far as setting up your fell swings, or fell cleaves, my apologies, is by, you can home gank someone in and use Mithril Tempest to stun them so that they can't predict when to purify. Generally, if they try to purify the home gang, they'll get hit with the Mithril Tempest immediately after, and then you can chase them down and get your double cleave off on them. So, I was like, this warrior is an easy kill. So, I can't even tell you very much about how to set up for warrior. It's a very easy class to play in Frontlines. I would recommend that if you're interested in starting in Frontlines, that you pick up warrior because it has a ton of health, it can soak a ton of damage, and as long as you stay aware of where your team is at, you're very much able to self-sustain. You don't want to push too far on your own. Make sure that if you're pushing, your team is right behind you. And like this bard, easy kill. I didn't get that kill, but I very easily set up for that. So again, my job as a tank, make sure that your DPS are able to get battle high, battle fever, because the more battle highs and battle fevers you have on your team, the higher your chance of winning a match. It doesn't matter what game type you're playing. I know a lot of people like in PvP like to say that if you hit the ice you win, or you stay with your team and you hit the ice you win. That's not necessarily true, because a team with 4 or 5 battle fevers and 4 or 5 battle highs is just going to roll over you and win off of like killing you alone, getting points from killing you. So to my newer PvPers out there who are just getting into it, don't be deterred from getting kills and playing the hunter. You can hunt people and get kills and win, as long as you set up correctly. I happen to be playing warrior very aggressively. So, like for example, I would really like to chase down this bard. However, he's too far away, he's mounted, I can't catch him. So I'm sticking with my team. I don't want to get baited out and killed. This machinist, I want to kill this guy, but again, I don't want to get baited. So I'm kind of sticking far back, getting some poke damage in. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my steam going off. So I'm taking a ton of damage here. I don't even know if I survived this, but I definitely try to run. So yeah, I'm getting focused pretty hard here. Not much I can do about it. I got left behind. My entire team is gone. As you can see here, the entire team is not anywhere near me. And that's entirely my fault. Just because you're a warrior, just because you have a lot of self-sustain, doesn't mean you can take on a full team by yourself. Chances are that wasn't going to work out. So I take the death with a little bit of, I'm a little bit salty because if I had been paying attention, that wouldn't have happened. But you know, what can you do, right? Well, there's a lot of things I could have done. I just didn't do any of them. So I respawn and I'm going to where my team is at. We're ahead in points. I'm not really all that stressed out about winning at this point. The game has pretty much been set on a path where it's very hard for us to lose. So at this point I'm just hitting ice because we only need a couple more points to win. And there it goes. That was an easy win for the Maelstrom, as it should be. 2C swallows all and all that. And I think my score shows all I do on Warrior is set up for my team to get battle high. That's really the most important thing. If you want to win, you can do that, or you can get battle high yourself. So with that, I want to say thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.